Welcome to Ignite Success, where we talk about people, places, and projects that fire us up. I'm your host, Suzie Becker, and I'm here with Philip Ayles of Ayles Solutions. Hi, Philip.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Life is wonderful. It's what you make it.
Amen. Living the dream is what we
Yes.
say where I'm from. I don't know whose dream on what day, but that doesn't really matter as long as we're living to our full potential. And that's sort of where your idea comes from, enhancing people's opportunities for living their full potential. So tell me about Ayles Solutions.
Well, Ayles Solutions was derived during COVID. I have a tremendous amount of background in, 24 years military, a master's degree, and time.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And what have you done with all of that time, knowledge, and experience?
Well, I look at it as becoming a better part of the community. I want to see veterans, first responders, and everything get back into the community and serve it to make it the best place to live on the planet.
So I believe that people's personal story is what leads to their public impact.
Yes.
And veterans and first responders have very personal stories, not just their own, but the stories they hold for community, for society, for global citizenship. So tell me, how does your experience enhance that for them?
Well, for me, it was going from what I call the warrior mindset, because that's something that I had from a small child. Is I fought. I had to fight my brothers. I had to fight the system. I was just angry about everything. And I got in the military. It gave me structure and understood purpose, direction, and motivation.
Ooh, so it starts with that fight or flight response
Yes.
that we have inherent in us. And when it's properly projected in the right direction, like the military did for you,
Yes.
it gave you the discipline. So now that you have the discipline and the programming, after how many years?
24.
24 years, you came out and you took those skills. And how do you implement it so that other people can now model what you've accomplished?
Well, I started out with everything's communication barrier, because the military that whole realm of military, because it deals with a lot of humanitarian stuff that we do overseas. Why can't we take what we do overseas and bring it here back to the United States for our own communities? We know how to do it in the most inhospitable atmospheres.
Right.
Why can't we do it when there's peace and love?
True. So how do you engage with people, veterans and first responders, so that they know how to reach back out to you?
I do things like this. I go out to Vets on Tap and anywhere that I can get some kind of contact with veterans and first responders to get them to understand you're not alone.
Right, right.
And get out of that mindset of I've got to fight everything into one of love and understanding and acceptance of everybody around you. I don't have to like you, but I will love you for being human and you trying to do your best to fit into this world. Because we're just a blip on the whole earth dynamic.
Right. If we think about the cosmos, it's tremendous. And somehow, of all of what we've discovered out there, all of the signs of life seem to be on one orb. And if we're all here together, we should find a way to work to our best possible capacity.
Yes.
So once you have some of these members, they're dealing with issues that could be self-esteem, that could be PTSD. You're helping them to find the resources from within and then take that and present it out into where they live, family, community, city, state, the world.
Well, you get away from all that structure because you have that in the military. Military takes care of your housing, your food, your clothes.
You forget how to do some independent living skills.
Yeah.
So you're giving them by way of conversation and humanitarian interaction the tools. Is that?
Yes. And it's the understanding everything starts with you is my slogan, because you can't worry about what other, like I can't worry about what you're doing each and every day, but you know what? We can come together in these moments and share this time, because that's the only thing what we really have. We have time, and it's up to you to utilize that time to make money or just to find happiness. And a lot of us, when we transition out, the military was what we wanted to do.
It's your purpose, and the purpose is tied to your happiness.
Yes.
So now you have to find a new purpose.
And you know what? I've talked to a lot of other organizations, and that's the main problem, is losing that purpose, direction, and motivation to accomplish something.
And to inspire us.
Yes.
So let me ask you one final question. Who inspires you, Philip, and why?
Actually, I ended up talking with the 12th Sergeant Major of the Army, Jack Tilley. And you know what? I had met him at the Pentagon years ago when Iraq first popped off. I was at the Pentagon doing force protection with the Pentagon police. And I met him in a gym on Fort Myer, and he was the kindest, most thoughtful man I've ever met. And I was here in Jacksonville going, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I called him. He answered. And I did an interview with him, and you know what? If he can be that, because he was the top of his game, and still be able to be humble, and those are the characteristics that I admire. And why can't we share love? We know what hate does nothing but create problems. Love will bring us together in an understanding.
That's beautiful. To find out more about Philip Ayles, Ayles Solutions, and how his passion for paying it forward helps enhance all of our community, visit us at dailynewsnetwork.com. I'm your host, Suzie Becker. Stay inspired and inspiring.